Another day, another morning. I woke from dreams filled with fire and smoke. The sun shining through the window gave me a comforting feeling of familiarity, despite the portal in the distance reminding me of my purpose here. I looked towards the horizon, my view undisturbed by dividing walls. The light of the morning sun was painting the sky with golden hues, a view that had become a rarity back home. It evoked a feeling of freedom and openness that was almost scary to me. While I got ready for the day, my thoughts stayed to the people I knew back home. I couldn't help but wonder what they were doing. How they were doing. But I had greater things to worry about at the moment, like Breezer, murders, and generators. How much danger was I in, really? Yay, doorbell.
Hey, Molly.
Hey, Chief. More bad news?
Not quite, unless you count Razor still missing as bad news. That's kinda why I'm here.
Well, what is it?
Just some good old-fashioned police work, and we're counting on your help. Again.
Sure, sign me the fuck up!
Great. We obtained a list of places Razor visited in the days before he vanished. We'll check those out, maybe find a lead, and you might help us understand his motivations or give us some context to his actions.
I can certainly try.
I'm sure you'll do a great job.
That is reassuring.
Are you ready to go?
Sure, let's go. Yay, Handsome Dragon Day.
There's a couple of places we can check out. Let's see where we should go first.
While Bryce focused on his list, I saw someone approach out of the corner of my eye. A closer look revealed that it was Sebastian, waving his arm in an attempt to get our attention as he ran towards us, his face grave.
There you are, Chief! I was looking for you. What are you doing here? Don't tell me there's another... Don't tell me there's another dead person. Sorry, Chief, there is. Damn, guess it's gonna be one of those days. Yes, it looks like that. Someone else can take care of that today, though. We've got other plans. You'll need to sign off on a few things, at least. I know. We'll go to the crime scene, sign a few forms, and then we're out.
Nasty. When we arrived at the scene, I saw the poor victim next to one of the houses. The obligatory sheet was draped over him, provided... The obligatory sheet that was draped over him provided a modicum of discretion, but did nothing to hide the crime that had occurred.
Alright, give me the story. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. The wounds match those of the last victims, so a similar, if not identical, murder weapon is likely. The victim, maintenance person for this area, and the electricity's out. The power goes out, the maintenance guy shows up and is killed before he can fix the problem. At least that's my theory. So the power for the whole block is still out. That is correct. We should get that fixed as soon as possible. We don't need civilians showing up around here complaining about sitting in the dark. Good point.
Bryce's snout wrinkled with his distaste as he glanced over Sebastian's shoulder.
Damn, not again. What is it? What are you doing here, Maverick?
A second victim, huh?
This is an official investigation, so you better not cross that police line.
Shunned by my own colleagues. This is ridiculous.
You know how it is. Rules are rules, and without rules, murders like this one would be allowed to happen and go unpunished.
Have your fun without me, then. What a dick.
What do you think he wanted here, Chief? That one's easy. To do his own investigation, just like he said he would. I shouldn't be surprised he showed up, but I guess we're lucky we arrived before he did. I agree. We better check out that power outage now. Of course, I think the door to the maintenance room is right around here.
Oh, dear.
You got your flashlight, Seb? Always, Chief. You should go first, then. I don't have my stuff here. Besides, putting on that head mount is such a hassle. I remember, you complain about it every time it comes up. There, that should do the trick.
Interesting.
You just stay behind me, Molly, alright?
Okay.
Gah, I hate stairs, especially those made for smaller dragons like you. Trust me, having it the other way around isn't too great either.
Say nothing. I don't mind stairs. I
hate stairs. I dislike all kinds of stairs.
I just dislike all kinds of stairs, period.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you're not a lazy piece of shit, mate.
This kind of reminds me of when we found that underground base or whatever it was. Remember, Chief? How could I not? It wasn't that long ago.
Underground base?
Yeah, the portal wasn't the only piece of ancient technology we found. There was also this whole lab near it. Seemed to have some high-tech stuff in there. At least that place didn't have as many stairs.
I warned you about the stairs, bro. I told you, dog. It keeps happening. It keeps happening. Wait, so you not only found the portal, but a whole facility along with it?
Yes, but we're not sure how much the two are actually related. We spent all that time studying the portal and barely got anywhere with it. This stuff is just beyond what we know. Here we are.
Oh, dear. Oh, it's a jar. This isn't good. It's fucking creepy. I do love the sounds of the footsteps, though. I fucking love Foley art.
So, what exactly are we looking for? Whatever's causing the power outage. If we don't find the cause, we should at least be able to get the backup running.
Interesting, interesting.
Looks like the generator is gone. Mystery solved.
The sound of creeping metal penetrated the stillness of the room. Oh, fuck. I looked above toward the source of the noise as it grew louder, and in the next instant I was pushed sideways and fell to the ground, just barely avoiding the giant light fixture that fell from the ceiling and shattered into countless pieces alongside me.
Molly, are you alright?
The next thing I saw was a hooded figure standing above me, barely visible against the darkness that permeated the room. Oh, shit! It's another humming. It's a humming with an alien mask. The figure crouched down next to me, its mask hovering right in front of my face. Merely a whisper reached my ears when it spoke.
Be careful, Molly.
Then the figure dashed towards the stairs.
Where are you going?
That's not me!
Don't move.
He's going up the stairs!
I'm on it. I didn't see that chair coming. I can't see a damn thing in here. Here, Chief. I hate these stupid stairs. You're blocking the way. Just go around me. There's no room. You're as wide as the stairs are. I can't help it. Damn it. We'll never catch him now.
That would have been funny if I weren't intensely narrating it. By the time we found our way back up, the mysterious figure was nowhere to be found.
We've got a long search ahead of us. With a head start like that, there might be no end to it. We have to take our chances as long as we still can. Except that chance is growing smaller and smaller while we wait for the team to arrive. Whatever happened down there? Right, Molly. Right, Molly. Tell us everything in as much detail as you can.
There wasn't much to it. I heard a noise, I looked up, the light fixture came down, and then someone pushed me.
You mean Reza?
I'm not so sure of that.
Didn't you see him?
Whoever it was wearing a mask.
It bloody well can't be someone else, so let's not kid ourselves here. Why would he wear that whole get-up, though?
He didn't want to be recognized.
That's a bad excuse when there are only two humans here. This whole thing doesn't make any sense. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Your earlier theory about what happened was pretty sound, Sebastian. Let's go with that, and add the bit about the generator being stolen. So, now the question is, who has a motive for stealing a generator?
Razor.
Right, who else would need to steal a generator when those who lived here could either buy one or even simply request one? Not to mention, Reza was the one who arranged the diplomatic trade for the generators in the first place.
I can't deny the fact that your generators are pretty important to us, but resorting to murder?
We all saw the human figure running away.
Are we sure we saw him running away?
Now you're grasping at straws, Molly.
Why would he have stayed here if he stole it? The generator was already gone when we got here, and the person in question wasn't carrying it either.
Perhaps this is where the criminal has returned to this crime scene. For this kind of crime, I'd say no. But who knows? Maybe our rules just don't apply anymore.
What do you mean?
No offense, but ever since you two humans arrived, there have been a lot of strange things going on. This place used to be a quiet town.
So you think it was Razor? You're starting to sound like Maverick. Maybe this whole thing is just... So you think it was Razor?
Honestly, things aren't looking great for him right now. It's still our top priority to find him, but after what we've seen here today, I'm not sure what will happen when we do. I just don't want to give you any false hope, you know?
I see.
Maybe we should just focus on finding him and pointing fingers later.
Agreed.
The police team will be here any minute now. You don't have to get involved with the search, but that doesn't mean you can't help us.
What do you want me to do?
We still have the list of places we were going to check out, remember? We can't go now. The search takes priority. Of course, we'll still check out those places after we're done here, but if you go on your own, you can speed up the process. You could even find a lead for us, who knows?
Sure. You must be really understaffed if you need to rely on me. How about no? Yep, sure thing.
Great! Here's the list. Considering your status, you shouldn't have any trouble in these places, but if anything happens, call me and I'll check up on you later.
Wait a minute, you mean I'm going all by myself?
All of us are gonna be busy with a search, and we can't really afford to spare someone right now. You'll be fine.
Aren't you worried I'll do something fishy? I mean, isn't that why Razor and I were assigned police escorts in the first place?
That policy was mostly Maverick's fault, and he's out of the picture. With my authority as chief, I say you can go alone. I already know where you're going, and besides, I trust you. If you were in cahoots with Razor, you would have run off with him when you had the chance.
Good point.
I see the team approaching. Guess you should be going.
Alright, I'll see you later then.
Good luck.
Interesting. The plot thickens. Like a milkshake. Oh, fuck, I could really go for a milkshake right now. Usually my favourite is like the vanilla malt oak, but I could really go for like an egg flip Big M. An egg flip is like a, what do you call it? It's like eggnog, but without the nog part. And it's just flavoured milk. Because I can't consume eggs. I think I said that in an earlier episode. It was a real relief to leave the crime scene, considering all that had happened. When I reached into my pocket and took a look at the list, however, I found something unexpected. It was a small piece of paper with the word Tatsu written on it. How did it get here? Tatsu or Tatsu? My earlier encounter with a masked person was the only time today someone was close enough to smuggle something into my pocket. I figured if someone like Bryce tried to do something like that, I definitely would have noticed. As for Tatsu, the only thing I could think of was Tatsu Park, which I'd come across when I went to the police station the other day. Even if that park was the place the mysterious paper referred to, I didn't know if it was actually a good idea to visit. The masked person might have saved me from the falling light fixture, but if it was Razor, it would mean following someone who had also stole the prime suspect of, who was also the prime suspect of 2 murders, not stolen the prime suspect. I also had to consider the list of places Razor had been to. A local grocery store, the production facility we'd visited, and the library were the 3 places closest to here. It certainly was going to be a busy day, and I knew I wouldn't have the time to visit all of them. What should I do? I should go to Tatsu Park! Tatsu Park, here I am. I don't know what I'm even looking for, though. Shrubbery! Search for shrubbery. Yeah, this totally won't look strange or suspicious. Here we go. I found some dirt. There doesn't seem to be anything else here. I found a handful of dirt! Yay! I got an achievement! I guess I could search the shrubbery again. Again, I guess I should look harder this time. Ha ha ha! I'm going box deep in this. Nah, it seems there's still just dirt to be found here, and I don't think I'll need more than what I already have. I'll try again. No, okay, I've already done that. Read the sign. This park is dedicated to our creator, to whom we owe our sentience and existence. As it is our duty to remember, this place honours them every day with its beauty, and grants a place of recreation and contemplation to all of us. I'll read it again. I can't read it again. Oh. Because I was pressing the A button and not the right trigger, and my controller is mapped to have mouse controls. Look at the map. This park is bigger than I thought. I could go north towards Tatsu Avenue, which apparently is a nice spot to look at the landscape, or south to the political district. Where should I go? Stay in the central area for now. I'll search the pavilion, but my mouse is double-clicking. It doesn't seem to be anything important here, but at least it provides excellent shade. Alright, I'll have a look at the map again. I'll go towards the political district. Just as I entered the southern part of the park, I found myself tumbling to the ground when someone suddenly bumped into me. Ow! Lucius. Lucius, are we talking Malfoy? My father will hear about this! Sorry about that. Are you alright? Besides being a little dirtier than before, I think so. I should really look where I'm going. Sometimes I just get lost in my thoughts. Hey, I think you dropped this. Oh, thank you. Ghost stories, huh? Yep. Oh, I should probably go before the bookstore closes. Bye. Bye. There's someone sitting on the benches. Approach the dragon. Wow. She is well dressed. What a most pleasant surprise to be meeting you here, Molly. Do you know who I am? I'm afraid I don't. Then let me fill that gap in your knowledge. My name is Amira, and I'm the Minister of Culture and Arts. I see. And what brings you here today, Molly? I'm not quite sure of that myself. Ah, the park does have an appeal that naturally draws people in. I would know since I'm partially responsible for creating it. Have you seen the north side yet? If not, you totally should. It's just so pretty this time of year. Oh, I see. She's more of a, oh, you should totally see it. It's so pretty. You created this park? Okay, do I keep doing the or do I do the I'll keep doing the voice, I didn't. Well, some of it. Do you see the building behind me? That's where I work. Do you want to know a secret? The park was built here so I can enjoy going outside on my breaks. Like now, for example. Can I ask you a question? You can ask for sure, but whether I can answer answer or not is another question. What would you like to know? What do you think about us visiting this world? You and Reza? Well, I think it's about the most exciting thing that has happened here in the last few years. It certainly has been a nice distraction from the other boring things I have to do at work. How so? Arranging your arrival was partly my responsibility. In fact, I would have been at the portal to welcome you myself if something didn't come up at the last second. Sure. Ugh. Excuse me. Sure. Can you tell me more about your job? I could, but I think overall it's a very boring affair. It involves a lot of reading and talking and approving or rejecting forms and projects. It has its perks, but in some ways I'll certainly be happy when my term is over. If you've been minister once, that's something people will remember you for, even if those times are long past. No one can take that away from you again. You mentioned your term ending. How does that work here? We, the ministers, serve our term, and then someone else takes our place. Only one minister changes at a time, though. Technically speaking, any person can become a minister, though there are certain standards and requirements that must be met in order to apply for office. I don't want to bore you with the details, as that too would be a long and tedious affair. Okay, I'll ask about Tatsu Park. Can you tell me more about Tatsu Park? In particular, whether it's Tatsu or Tatsu? I'd like to know. Or maybe it's just tats. Is it a Japanese word? Is it not? I don't know. There are a lot of anime-esque influences in this. A lot of cultural things going on. So, I want to know if I'm fucking pronouncing things right. Like that time in Resident Evil 4 when I, for some reason, said that it was set in Italy when it's set in South America. Yeah!
I'm not so sure there is much to say about it. It just opened recently. I think the initial request was for more open spaces, like a dedicated place for people to gather and such. If you read the plaque, you would know that the park was dedicated to our so-called creator. I say creator like that because I think that word is a bit of a misnomer, but I suppose people still use it regardless.
That's all.
I suppose I should be getting back to work anyway. Well, thank you for this most pleasant conversation, Molly. You know, if you wanted to continue talking at a later time, you should have no difficulty contacting me.
I'll keep that in mind. So does that mean another dragon for me to conquer? Alright. Fuck. I'm definitely not going to be doing a Night in the Woods video today because I've ripped up my throat with, what do you call it, with Bryce. Fucking Sebastian is a bit of a nasty one too, because it requires that deep
throat scratching.
And if I happen to come across B or Greg, if you've watched my Night in the Woods video,
You know that you know that B has the smoker's lung, smoker's throat. And Greg is really high-pitched and throat-scratchy.
so like if I were to do that and then like do this and then do an immediate sitting of that, fuck me. Examine the fallen leaves. I don't recognize this species of tree. I'm gonna look again. Nope. Rest on the bench. Finally, a place to sit down. The view of the scenery is perfect. I appreciated the landscape for a bit. I got an achievement! Landscaper! That was nice. I was just about to get up when I noticed someone sitting next to me. Hey, you look like a cross between Guilmon and... what do you call it? Guilmon with, like, the shape and the colours of Charmander. And that is the cutest little collary thing on them. I didn't notice you sitting there. I thought you were a statue. Dramavian? Hello? Well, maybe it is a statue. Or I just turned invisible. Hope it's not the latter. I'll use the bench again. I'm already well rested. I shouldn't waste more time. Well, excuse me? Passing up an opportunity to rest? Ridiculous. That doesn't sound like me at all. Open the hatch. On the metal covering of the hatch, there are two buttons which are situated to the left and the right of the central circular lever. The arrow on the lever is pointing up. Let's see. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So, I'll turn it clockwise. The arrow on the lever is now pointing right. I'll turn it clockwise again. Press the first button. The first button is now pressed and it sits flush with the metal covering of the hatch. Press the second button. The second button is now pressed and it sits flush with the metal covering on the hatch. I'll turn it clockwise. The arrow on the lever is pointing left. Yay! I looked down to see the maintenance tunnels for the underground drain system. A pale object starkly contrasted against the pitch-black backdrop. Okay, sure, I'll just do this. It's a cloth with suspicious red markings all over it. I acquired a bloody bandage, and I got another achievement. Well, that's just really fucking helpful. And I've just tampered with the evidence. Like, how are they going to trust me? I could be, like, some real deep cover operative for Reza. I'm going to rest on the bench again. That does not sound like me at all. I'll search the shrubbery! Okay. I'll stop searching the park. I don't think I'll find anything else here. If there's one thing I've learned through in all my experiences, it's if you see a knob and you want something from it, you should fiddle with it until you get what you want. Production facility or library seem like the best candidates. I'll go production facility. Reza was allegedly here at some point. Maybe I should ask Anna. Hello? Anybody here? Ooh, hello.
Can I help you?
I was just looking for Anna. This is her lab, right?
Why don't I ever get any recognition? This is my lab as much as it is hers. Either way, Anna is not here. Would that be all?
Since you work here, maybe you can help me instead.
Oh, of course. Your precious Anna isn't here, so you'll have to settle for me. I see how it is.
That's not what I meant.
Of course. Let's just get this over with.
You can start by telling me who you are.
Here's the short version. My name is Damien. I work in this facility, and I'm unfortunate enough to live the nightmare of having to deal with Anna on a daily basis. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And you are?
You don't know who I am?
Of course I know who you are. But your assumption validated the point that I was going to make. You see, this whole thing about you coming here has been blown out of proportion. It's like some huge event that everyone should be celebrating. Newsflash, not everyone cares. Once both of you are gone, life will return to normal, and we can all go back to what we actually should be doing.
I imagine a lot of this has to do with the human myths you have.
I can only reiterate, not everyone cares. What exactly did you want again?
Has Reza been here recently? Do you know anything about his visits to the facility?
I've seen him a few times. He would come by to ask me about the progress of the generators. There was this one time when Anna told him she'd have news, but when he came over, she just wanted to run some tests on him.
Did he go through with it?
No, he wanted some compensation, I suppose. Nothing she could offer satisfied him, however, and that was that.
What kind of research are you doing?
Right now, guess who tasked with running all those tests on your blood?
You did? You did?
That's right. While she goes out and does whatever the heck she wants, I get to keep an eye on the experiment.
Any interesting results?
Not just yet, but soon we'll know more about your body than you do.
Ho 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 ho! Well, I'd like to hear about that. What kind of research is Anna doing?
Cancer research. She thinks she can cure it, but she's out of her mind.
Is that such a bad thing?
The way she does it, yes. She's wasting resources that could be better spent on projects with an actual chance of success.
How long have you known Anna?
Why do you care about that?
Maybe I want to find out what kind of person she is? You might have an idea.
I'll put it this way. I've known her for far too long.
Ah, that's all. Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Interesting. I interrogated Damien! Yay! The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, and I decided it was time to report my findings to the police. A brief call to the department, and I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. I'm not sure how my findings will help, but at least I have something. Look who we have here.
Ah!
I turned around to see Maverick. His intense gaze confirmed that there was no one else his words could have been directed at. Even with the civilians passing by in the background, I suddenly felt very alone. Ah, yes! Like a big guy chasing you down and shouting your ear off. What do you want from me? Answers! Pfft. What if I don't have any for you?
Then you will listen. Just tell me one thing. Why? What is your goal in all of this? Why even come here?
You know why we came as ambassadors for humanity and to oversee the trade we agreed on? You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand.
What would I not understand? I just don't get why you can't be honest with me, even when you know no one else is listening. You know I can't touch you. If I did, it would all be over for me. At least, as long as I don't have any proof. In the end, what difference does it make if I know? No one else is going to believe me anyway. Do you wish to kill me too, like Reza?
I'd never do such a thing!
Is that so? Tell me, why would an ambassador need such a dangerous tool in the first place? I know you claim not to have one of those things Razor injured me with, and you didn't have any when they searched you, but I guess it's way too late for safety precautions at this point. You could have hidden one anywhere. That damn hurt, you know. But even worse than that was getting thrown aside by Bryce. I trust him, but after what happened, he doesn't trust me anymore. Now there's only you. The mythical, the special, the new. How much I wish I could make him see what I see. I could have saved the world with what I did that day, and it still wouldn't matter when no one believes me, just because I don't have any proof. But I won't stop until I find some. And when I do, I'm gonna be a damn hero.
Threatening! And throat-tearing! Yay! And with that, he was gone. On the way to the police station, Maverick's words kept finding their way back into my mind. I couldn't decide how to feel about him. I wasn't even sure whether it was worth mentioning to the police, since all he did was make vague accusations. It wasn't anything substantial enough to be considered a threat. However, his actions were growing more calculated, and he seemed to be very sure of himself. I wondered about what this could amount to, but that wasn't the problem at hand. Rightio. I'm going to call this episode here, because there are so many people with so many tough voices, and I think I've been going on for about 30 minutes. So, I got some dirt, I got a bloody rag, and I interrogated someone who doesn't like Anna. I think that was a very productive day. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. See you later for some more delicious dragons.